strong, nights under noon. I ride along and sing this tune. See them tumbling down, pledging our love to the ground. Long in the tree I'll be found, drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweed. Scared of the basket aim high, nowhere to go but I'll find, just for the thrill of wine, drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweed. I know when night has gone, that a new world's born at dawn. I'll keep rolling along, deep in my heart is a song. Here on the range I belong, drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweed. I know when night has gone, that a new world born at dawn. I'll keep rolling along, deep in my heart of the song. Here on the range I belong, drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweed, drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweed.
Hi, this is Rich Gagne.
I'm Mike Gray.
This is Brian Jewell.
And I'm Paul DeBay. We're going to be narrating this film of Troop 379's trip to Wyoming.
Now keep in mind that picking up a scout troop from Minnesota and moving them out to western Wyoming and back is no small feat. It takes lots of planning, and this trip began almost a full year before we left.
There were 14 scouts and 4 adults on this trip. We used 3 vehicles, a van and 2 station wagons, to travel the 1,200 miles out and 1,200 back. The one-way trip took 3 days.
Our overnight stays were at Kadoka, South Dakota, Buffalo, Wyoming, Cody, Wyoming, and Chamberlain, South Dakota. But along the way we took in many points of interest, most of which you will see during this film. By the way, this first portion of our movie is made of bits and pieces which were too good to leave out, but which were not much by themselves. You might say these are the pieces from the cutting room floor.
Life in the vehicles wasn't too exciting, but along the way we did see some interesting and spectacular things. It makes us realize what a beautiful country we really have.
Unfortunately, there were times when the scenery stood still. A few problems with the vehicles caused us to have some long waits at roadside. Someone would be off somewhere finding this or that part. And then our resident mechanics would put the pieces back together. In spite of this, however, we still managed to get on all the activities we planned.
Don't get us wrong, waiting for the vehicles to get repaired wasn't all bad. We did find things to do, such as throwing rocks at the mountains and practicing other strange crafts. At times the waiting seemed endless, but everyone survived these moments. The fun we had more than made up for the problems.
Base camp in Wyoming was Treasure Mountain Scout Camp. It was right in the shadow of the Tetons and was an excellent facility. Oh yes, there was an inch-thick layer of powder dust everywhere. but pretty soon you don't even notice it.
Each patrol did most of its own cooking and cleaning, both on the road and in camp. Lunches were usually a group effort due to the time problems. And believe it or not, the food was excellent most of the time.
Last night at Treasure Mountain, we had a very special meal, turkey dinner with all the trimmings. And was it ever good? We thought about everyone at home having hot dogs and hamburgers, but we soon got over that and dug into our outstanding feast.
Most everyone traveling the freeway through South Dakota stops at this famous spot, Wall Drug. It has some very unusual gift shops as well as areas with free things to see and do. We took in everything we could find.
For us. Swimming was available at some places, while in others we visited local points of interest or hiked and climbed nearby mountains.
What 379 trip would be complete without our official photographs being taken? Those are the ones you saw at the beginning of the film. But enough of this odd footage. Let's get down to the main attraction of our Wyoming story.
Now really, what can be said of Mount Rushmore that hasn't already been said? Gutzon Borglum's tribute to some of America's great men stands in the middle of the Black Hills as one of the world's most popular attractions. So, when in South Dakota, we did as the rest of the world does and stopped for a look. Our scoutmaster referred to this as America's favorite rock group. We may never forgive him for that line.